If you ask 9 Roosevelt Islanders where Southtown begins, you'll get 10 different answers. But it's pretty much agreed that while some of it lies north of the tram, if it's south, it's definitely Southtown. This is the final phase of development, with construction beginning in 2002 and bringing with it, among other things, the Duane Reade and the Starbucks. If you're on the tram and you see a bunch of people casually dressed and wielding tennis rackets, that's because right around the corner is the Roosevelt Island Racquet Club. It has 12 clay courts and a clubhouse, and it's open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. There's a variety of membership rate plans, including family, non-prime limited, young executive, and junior for those 21 and younger. Island residents get a 50% discount on monthly memberships. Or you can just book individual sessions. Non-members can book courts 2 days in advance. Members get 2 weeks. The Racquet Club offers programs for adults and children as young as 4, and private lessons are also available. And there's a full staff of coaches ready to help you improve your game. Right next to the Racquet Club is Sports Park, the island's recreational facility. Memberships are month to month with discounts for island residents. Sports Park is best known for its pool, 75 by 45, wide enough for 6 swimming lanes, and renovated in 2023. The Sports Park Aquatic Center offers swim classes and private lessons, water aerobics, and other programs, with certified lifeguards and swim instructors. There's also a basketball court, a fitness center with classes available in floor bar, dance, cardio, tai chi, yoga, Zumba, and more, and a rec room with a pool table, a ping pong table, and an air hockey table. Most weeknights there are pickup games of basketball, volleyball, and indoor soccer. "100 years after the name change to Welfare Island, Roosevelt Island got its first hotel, the Graduate, part of the Hilton Empire. The brand is found in college towns, and this hotel is on the north end of the Cornell Tech campus. If you had any doubts about the connection, one look at the lobby will dissuade you in a nanosecond. First, there are 5,000 linear feet of textbooks, then study lamps and a reception desk that looks like an old library card catalog. And finally, there's Heber Brantley's 12-foot sculpture of his iconic flyboy character. Aside from the accommodations, which include a presidential suite twice the size of a one-bedroom apartment, there are 2 dining experiences on site. Anything at all, a casual restaurant on the lobby level, and the Panorama Room, a rooftop bar with views of the entire city. In 2008, the Bloomberg administration decided to challenge Silicon Valley by attracting an applied sciences school to the city, hoping it would produce future job creators. 7 bids were submitted, and several locations were discussed, including Governor's Island and the Brooklyn Navy Yard. The winner was a joint venture of Cornell University and the Technion Israel Institute of Technology in Haifa. Cornell Tech's first 5 years were spent at the Google offices in Chelsea. The first phase of the 12-acre Roosevelt Island campus opened in 2017, built on the former site of Goldwater Memorial Hospital. There are currently 5 buildings. The master plan calls for several more to be developed through the 2030s. The Verizon Executive Education Center, made possible by a $50 million donation, is for events, conferences, executive programs, receptions, seminars, and more. You can choose from a few different event spaces, including the main lobby and the gallery for gatherings before your function. It's got fast and free Wi-Fi, state-of-the-art virtual conferencing and AV equipment, large screens and speakers, and is fully accessible for people with disabilities. Cornell Tech calls the Bloomberg Center the home base and intellectual nerve center of campus. Its full name is the Bloomberg Center in honor of Emma and Georgina Bloomberg, for the daughters of former Mayor Michael Bloomberg, after a $100 million gift from Bloomberg Philanthropies. The gift was announced during a 2015 groundbreaking event for the campus. Mayor Bill de Blasio called it a tremendously meaningful day for New York City. Mayor Bloomberg added, "New York became the greatest city in the world because we dare to dream bigger than anyone else, and this project, I think, is part of that tradition." Spaces at the center include classrooms, labs, conference rooms, and a cafe. About the design, there are panels of tilted metallic discs which reduce energy use by trapping air to create insulation. An algorithm varied the discs' angles to catch sunlight in different ways. It was created from 2 digital images, one of an Ithaca waterfall and one of the Manhattan skyline. Cornell Tech touts the Tata Innovation Center as a first-of-its-kind building that houses a mix of companies and Cornell Tech academic teams. They say it's where academia and industry collide. 1/3 of the space is devoted to academics, laboratories, and research, and the other 2/3 contains corporate offices, home to tech companies, startups, and venture capitalists. The building features a central tech gallery with multi-level lounges and spaces for collaboration, and there's an accessible rooftop sheltered by a photovoltaic canopy where people can gather and admire the skyline. Some additional notes about Cornell Tech. Goldwater Memorial Hospital was home to murals from the early 1940s, commissioned as part of the Works Project Administration's Federal Art Project. Several of them were carefully removed before the hospital's demolition, preserved, and reinstalled in buildings on the Cornell Tech campus. 2 large pin oaks on the site, each with a diameter of greater than 3 feet, were removed during construction. Their trunks were taken to Connecticut and kiln-dried for a year. Then, after a trip to a mill, they became 2 large communal tables for the Bloomberg Center. When it opened in 2017, the 26-story residence called The House was the world's largest passive house, meaning its energy consumption for heating and cooling is less than 25% of the average of newly constructed buildings. And for its first 13 years, Cornell Tech launched 117 startups, 94% of them in New York City. The eastern side of the Cornell Tech campus is a great place to sit on one of the benches and watch the river run, with ferries and pleasure craft heading up and down the river, providing free entertainment. Heading south from the campus of Cornell Tech, the atmosphere abruptly changes, and so does the topography. No more glass and steel or undulating roofs. It takes on a wilder, almost primeval cast. This is the last undeveloped space on the island. A mound? No, more than a mound. This is a hill, with Manhattan Island peeking out from the west like the Emerald City from the yellow brick road. The New York Department of Tourism writes on their website, "A sandy trail leads through these man-made hillocks, the only place on the island you can spy both sides of the East River. You can also get a complete view of the Queensboro Bridge." As you walk up this grassy knoll, the way is paved with wildflowers. Butterfly milkweed, clover, Queen Anne's lace, and a sea of St. John's wort surrounding a chair facing Long Island City at the peak. And while it looks like a primo spot for sledding, the authorities frown upon this. From the top of the hill, you can see the skyscrapers of Manhattan, the Pepsi-Cola sign in Queens, and all the way down to the Williamsburg Bridge. Something old, something new, and something wild, all coming up in video number 5. I'm Anita Bonita for Channel NYC.